Cruising waves, we're wild and free. From the deck, we'll see it all. Laughing loud, having a ball. Are you ready? Let's hit the road. Eagle flying, watch us go. Mountain peaks to valleys deep. Every turn a promise we keep. PK Adventure travels in our hearts. Every journey, a brand new start. Laughs and smiles on every side. Till the fun come for the ride. Island hopping, here we come. Sunny skies and beating drums. Finding treasures new and old. Endless stories yet untold. Campfire glow under the stars. Whispers of the moonlit stars. In every corner sacred calls. The world awaits in wonder and fall. PK Adventure travels in our hearts. Every journey a brand new start. Laughs and smiles on every side. Join the fun, come for the ride.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome. What day is it?
It's Monday. It's weird. It's odd.
Monday.
What
What are we doing on Monday?
Not watching football.
Monster Truck Rally.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like they're doing in my backyard right now.
So yes, welcome in everyone. Welcome in. So today is a special Monday night episode of PKAT Chat.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yes, we do. We have a special guest. You know him. You love him. You know him as the Drone Man. Let's bring on Antonio with Cruising with Calandra.
Woo-hoo!
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Joey, yeah, we got to do that. Do Joey.
Oh, well, there's another thing too. Is I get a lot of Joey Fatone, and I get a lot of if you guys are familiar with Who's the Boss, Tony Danza as well.
Good Tony.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, oh, hey, oh.
Yeah. So
Yes.
like there's my wife says you look like Fatone sometimes. That I actually have a shirt with his face on it, and when I do the face, it looks exactly like that. So I'll take the Joey Fatone look-alike.
Maybe you can get on that comedy show that they do up there in Brooklyn. What's the one that our kids liked with the four guys?
Oh, Practical Jokers?
That one,
Practical Jokers, yeah.
They like to have
They are awesome.
Nice. So tonight's episode really is going to be talking a lot with Tony here about his channel and all of his drone work. So if you haven't seen him, we'll make sure we drop the link a few times. Of course, Tony, you can always just do the hashtag PKAT in there as well.
Gotcha.
So he has a lot of awesome drone footage of cruise ships leaving port. So we're going to dive into that here in a few minutes and get to know his channel a little bit more. He's got a lot of exciting things to talk about. But before we do that, let's welcome in. Up first, we have Cruising is Fun Anytime.
Hello there.
Hey.
Jeremy and Cheryl, as we like to call them, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
And then, of course, next up is Yo.
Yo, Brooklyn in the house.
That's right. Eddie Lugo Studios. Welcome in. And yep, see, even Eddie knows. They're sharing me.
Sure.
And then I don't know who this is. This crazy person here, Cruising with Calandra. Who? Oh, wait a second.
That guy down there. Oh, down there.
That guy.
That guy right there. Excellent. Let's see here. And then went back over. Wait, what do we got here? Went back over to share it out. Special guest, but couldn't find it being restreamed. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I have the free version of StreamYard, so I don't have the ability to let others actually restream it on theirs. So might be something in the future, but right now we don't.
Yep.
And then we have, who is this Christine K that's like starting to pop up all of a sudden?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Right?
Where is she
Trying to hijack our channel?
Hello.
What channel is she on?
I blocked her.
No.
I blocked her from my.
You blocked her. Excellent. Then we also have Whatever Floats Your Boat. Welcome in.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
And then let's see here. I think, oh, wait. No, we've got some more people in here. We have Najuma has come in as well.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
Excellent. Yeah, you know, Florida, you got to have a little bit of the mouse in there somewhere. So anyway, yeah. So let's go ahead and we'll get started here. I think, CJ, you had brainstormed the first question there. So let's sucker punch Tony with the question.
It's funny, so, what was your inspiration for starting this and turning it into a YouTube channel?
Well, little background is back in 21. Well, before this, I started cruising back in 2011. I started cruising with my wife. We were just met and everything, and so we cruised a long time. I think I did, it was 11, 12 cruises by then. And back in 21, I tore my rotator cuff. So I was home, and I was out for about, I would have to say, good 6-7 months I was out. So I was a cruiser. So I'm sitting at home thinking about, I'm a cruiser. I started browsing on my personal. I'm like, everybody has cruising channels. I have videos. I got photos from my trips. Why not? It's free. Let me just start it. So I start that up. And then as the year's going on and as I'm getting out more and I'm like filming, not with the drone yet, I'm going to, if you guys are familiar with, I'm sure Eddie is, in Staten Island, there's a place called Fort Wadsworth where it's actually overlooking the bridge. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you could actually film all the ships coming in and out. So I started doing that on an iPhone, nothing crazy. And then as I started doing that, I started noticing which the creators that I was following, most of them are my friends now, which is absolutely insane. Yes. So I started, you guys know the Cruise Spotter and Nice Fs and Cruise Life Matt, Adams Away. They're all my buddies now. So I was like, you know what would it take? Like, you have a drone, what does it take? So before I could do anything, I think, was it Dalton or Matt? I think it was Matt, Cruise Life Matt. We started talking. And I'm like, what do you have? What do you got to do? So he told me, and what I did was I bought, my first drone was the Mini 2. So before I could even take it up, YouTube was my best friend. I said, I'm going to go in my backyard. I'm not doing much right now. I'm just going to fly it in and out. And I got good. So one day I went to, once I got my job that I started at now in October, I was still playing around. I wasn't doing much. And then I believe it was in January, I went to Cape Liberty where the anthem was. And it was snowing outside. I had my lunchtime and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to first flight, see what happens. Did it. I was like, all right, that's cool. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go film a ship leaving. And it was the Norwegian Epic. Never forget. The funny part about it was my company at the time was leaving for a job and they were in the harbor. So I met this guy, Chris, who, awesome guy, older guy. He'd been flying drones for years now. And I was scared to send it over to Bay. I was terrified.
Yep.
He goes to me.
They don't float, right? They don't float if they hit.
No, they go straight down. So there's a spot where I fly from in Staten Island, which it's kind of iffy now with everything going on. He goes to me, just send it. You got the warranty, right? I'm like, hey. He goes, you got the flyaway? I was like, yeah. He goes, just send it. So I sent it out. I got my company leaving with their tugboats. And then the Epic came. Now, mind you, the Mini 2 that doesn't have night shooting like all the Mavic 3 and all of them have now. So I send it out. Probably my choppiest video I've ever put. It's actually on my YouTube. It's one of my earliest videos. And it kind of brought me confidence because my friend goes, for you to fly your first all the way out at night, just filming the ship, he goes, and it built my confidence. So when I started going more and more and more, and then what happened was my company didn't have like a social media person or anything. And I said to him, what would it take for me to take over the social media? What would it take for me to just go on jobs? Because as I was talking to Ryan before, I was like, we do some pretty cool jobs. We were in Baltimore when we did the ship job. We were a couple other jobs in Chesapeake. What would it take? And it was getting my license. So my other two friends, my friend Dalton, who's nice ass, you guys know who he is.
Mhm.
He's a pilot, a regular airlines. He flies for American Airlines. So he had his license. The crew spotter, which we all know who he is, he had his license. And then Adams Away, which you guys know, he had his license. So I said, guys, what do you have to do? So he said, you could do it either two ways. You could go the safe route and do the course and the test and pay for it, or you could just YouTube everything and just fly. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do the safe way. So I went on, I don't remember which, it wasn't Pilot Institute, it was another one. Basically, if I failed the test, they would give me my money back. I did that. So it was $200 for the course. Now, mind you, I'm a family guy. So like during the day, I come home from work. At that time, it was just my daughter at the time. I'm busy, So what I used to do is everybody used to go to bed. I used to study for 2.5 hours every night for 3 months straight. And then I took the test. And the passing for the test is 75. Now, the course I was on was nothing below 85 was nothing below 85 was passing, was failing. So it prepared me. So once I started getting hundreds on the test, I'm like, you know what? Let me go. And then I registered on the FAA website. They sent me to this little airport down in South Jersey, took everything out of my pockets, my watch, my phone. They put me in this room. Now, mind you, it's like no bigger than a closet. They're watching me, took the test, I passed, and the test was completely rearranged, the questions, and it was hard. I walked out of it thinking I failed. I passed, but luckily I knew the stuff. Now, when I tell people to get their license, I tell people, please study, know the airports, know this, know that, because like I was telling Ryan before, with all the drone stuff going on, they took the geofencing around. You know where airports are, you're going to get into a lot of trouble, and everybody goes, oh, well, my drone's not registered. They know where you're standing, and they know where the drone is. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts around that. So finally got my license. My company was like, all right, you know what? Here's the social media. I took over their Instagram, took it from nothing to something now.
Nice.
And then I started going on jobs. Now, one of my first jobs was a reefing job out in Long Island, out in Shinnecock. We went out.
I know Shinnecock. Yeah.
And
Shinnecock.
yeah, that's how you say it.
It's
And,
not Shinnecock. It's Shinnecock.
No, it sounded something completely different. But go on.
so it was basically my first test. Like you could go on jobs and everything like that. So the crazy part about it was, you guys know the old Phantoms, the big white drones, like they had. My company had that. So I had an Air 2S by then. I had a bigger drone by then. I was talking to the customer the night before, and he's like, I don't want you using the Phantom. I want you to use your drone. And I'm like, all right. So I kind of planned for this. Mind you, I'm on a little boat in the middle of the ocean, about 10 miles off of Long Island. I'm hand launching this thing, never hand launched it off a boat. Scared the hell because I think this thing's going to go in right in the water. I finally get it. I went up. Now, mind you, we're like my company, we have dumpers where the material for the artificial reef was in the dumper. So we open them up. The tugs, they stop. They open up in a certain spot. So the customer wanted video of that. So I got that. All said and done, customer was extremely happy. I get back and they go, you know what? All right, you could start going on jobs and everything. I said, perfect. So then I started going on jobs, and then we do surveys. We do, so say something sinks, instead of sending a crew out there in a boat where there's all hazards sticking out of the water, they rather send a drone. That's one thing. And then if you guys are familiar with the boat graveyard up here in New York, that's in Staten Island.
Yep.
That's my company's yard. That's Don John's yard. Our first, like when we first started back in the 50s, was we recycled boats, we scrapped boats, and so the graveyard became like a national landmark. And they only had aerial images from Google Earth showing it. They never had up close, because there is a plan for us to clean that up. So they never got close. So they go, we need you to go there low tide and just get as close as possible. I said, it's fine by me. Oh, by the way, we're going to buy you a drone. They bought me the Mavic 3.
Nice.
So I took that there, and then we did that. And then 2 years ago, last year was the bridge. A year before, if you guys are familiar with, there was a ship fire in Port Newark sitting at the dock. We were the first ones to respond. I got a phone call at 6:30 in the morning that morning going, get your ass out of bed and get to get down here. It was literally right down where we were. Like my job is down the channel. It literally happened up the channel. I'm like, well, the drone's in my office. We'll bring it to you. I literally put my boots on the side of the New Jersey Turnpike, shooting up there. I get there. They hand me my drone. They go, I need you to call Newark Airport. The air traffic control. Tell me to find your drone. I said, fine. All right, go on the fireboat. So if you guys are familiar with the New York fireboats, they're absolutely enormous.
Massive.
They shoot water onto the boat.
Yeah, we've seen
Yeah.
it when we were on our time.
They like go on the boat, send the drone up, and show the firemen where to shoot the water, which was and for me to process that so quick. I'm like, okay. So I went up into the wheelhouse. I take the drone. I fly it above the ship. They literally had the screen, and they're like, where do you want us to shoot the water? And I'm literally pointing, and they followed the drone the entire time.
Wow.
And I was there
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was insane. And that was another thing too that I could like add onto my resume. And then after that was all said and done, my company actually bought me another drone, which is the MT-30, the big drone, the thermal imaging drone, which we have for emergencies and offshore things just in case, because it has thermal, heat seeking, temperature control, all of that. And the drone can handle like 50, 60 mile an hour winds.
Do you want to go hunting with me sometime in the fall? That sounds like exactly what I need to find.
Yeah, it's a beast. It's an absolute beast, the thing. And
So how many drones do you own then?
company-wide, 2.
Okay.
Personally, I have 1, and I actually just got another one. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the new DJI Neo, the new little drone.
I've heard about it. Yeah, pretty.
Oh, yeah.
pretty
So I
cool.
got that. It's a selfie drone, but you could turn it into an FPV. So I might start putting my hand into that, getting the goggles and flying with it to just change it up a little bit. But my company, the drones stay at my job. I don't take them home. They stay in my office. They stay at the main office. Because if there's a job and it's an emergency and I'm home, they'll go take that drone and bring it to me. And whether it's on a tug, whether it's an airport, they'll bring it to me. At one time, I had 3 drones at home at one time, but it was just way too much. And then like give and take of what I do. Like when they're like, oh, well, you know, my wife bought me the Mavic 3 Classic for Christmas 2 years ago. That's what I need. I need night shooting. I need video. I need nothing special. For my job, I have a Mavic 3, which is zoom at 28 at night, everything, and then the thermal drone. So I have what I need, you know. So, and then when it needs like an update, they do let me take it home. I update it. I fly it around, and then they let me take over the YouTube last year. So I have their YouTube now, and that went from nothing to something, and it's been helping with employment. Because people didn't know what we were doing. Like, oh, you work for Don John Marie. What do you guys do? And now I tell them, I point them to the Instagram. I point them to the YouTube. This is what we do. And then I tell the guys on the tug, send me your videos of what you're doing. This is what we do. And it's actually helped employment. When we were down in Baltimore, the Instagram blew up. Like I just started it out and we had like 500 followers. I wasn't allowed to post any of the pictures that we took down there because of reasons, but it's helped so much with employment. They see our tugs. They see, hey, you guys were down in Baltimore. We know who you are. And it helps. And I've gotten rave reviews from the owners. Some of the owners didn't know we had an Instagram. And they said, well, Antonio runs it. And this is what, and they love it. And that's another, besides that, I do supplies for the tugs. I do receiving on the dock. I run around and get parts. I do everything. Like everybody goes, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a receiving agent, but I do everything. So I'm on top, like I'm in my office taking care of the tugboats. At the same time, I'm editing a video for the tugs, or I'm going, hey, you got a transmission being delivered for one of the tugs. It's coming tomorrow. You got to go to that dock. Like it's a runaround, but I work Monday through Friday, weekends off, which ain't bad. Today I was off. That's why it was so easy to do this tonight.
Right.
And like I said, but when we're on a job, if something happens, I'm on it 7 days a week. Like when that ship fire happened, I was working a month straight, Saturdays and Sundays from 7 to 7, whatever it was. I was working, and then now it's hard. Like I said, like I was telling Ryan, I have 2 kids now. I have my son. He's 15 months. My daughter's 5. Now my daughter understands more, and getting to the whole cruising thing, she loves it. She's a champ. She's an athlete. The first one didn't go as well. We were on Oasis of the Seas in 22. Nightmare, because it was our first family vacation from COVID.
Right.
Me and my wife looked at each other and was like, all right, we'll give it one more shot. We went on the NCL Joy, which I am wearing the shirt.
That's very nice.
Very cool.
We went on the Joy 5-day to Bermuda because we knew Bermuda was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Completely different kid. But besides of other things, loved it. Now she's been on 6 cruises. She's been on, and she's 5. And my son, who's 15 months, has been on 3 already. And my son at 6
Quick
months
way to
old.
build those loyalty points early.
And everybody told me once you get married, your travel's going to stop. I said, no, it's not. I'm taking them with me. My son, we went on Freedom last year in May. My son is 6 months old. He was on a plane. I took him on a plane, my daughter on a plane. I said, let's go to Miami. Went on a quick 3-day cruise. Loved every second of it. That's why I booked Liberty, and I'm in the same aft balcony room because I loved it. And they love it. My daughter goes to me because we went on this year. We go, what do you want for your 5th birthday? Now, you know most kids. I want to go here. I want to go on a cruise, Dad. Okay.
Okay, I can make that work.
We can make that work. We can make that work.
Sounds
So
like
her birthday is the 24th of November, which falls always on Thanksgiving week.
Yep.
So I'm off. I'm always off Thursday and Friday. So I took the 3 days. We left out of New York. We were on the Meraviglia. First time I was ever on MSC, which I've been on 12 Norwegian. I've been on 3 Royal. MSC blew me away.
Really?
Absolutely blew me away. And for the price it was, I'm like, I've heard mixed things, but a couple of my friends went on the same boat and they had mixed feelings. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go with an open mind. I was also, nobody knows, I was actually working for them while I was on the ship. All the Ocean K stuff. Yeah. I got a couple perks from that, but that blew me away. It absolutely blew me away because when it was cold, my daughter went into the indoor pool and that was key. And then we went down to Florida and then the video, you guys also from a Jerry Pike photo, if you guys ever follow him, he does all the NASA Space Coast and everything, the boosters. He's like one of the only guys who has permission to fly in that canal. We actually did a collab, which is on my Instagram. He got me on the back of the ship of the Meraviglia coming in. I'm standing there like this. And everybody on the back of the ship was like, what are you looking at? I'm like, my buddy's coming around the corner with the drone. No drones. I'm like, and there's a collab. My son is in the stroller, which is hysterical. And then he took me and my daughter around Canaveral, saw all the ships where the SpaceX rockets were. And then Ocean K, my wife found a new private island because it's stunning, right. Quiet. And yeah, and then I flew the drone on Ocean K. Had a lifeguard tell me I couldn't fly the drone. And I said, you better go talk to your head of security because it was, how did I get the drone on the ship, number one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as I'm coming back onto the ship, the guy goes to me, how'd you get a drone? I'm like, I took it off the ship and I'm bringing it back on. He goes to me, no drones are allowed. I'm like, my kids are exhausted. I'm trying to get them on. I said, you guys go ahead of me, whatever. This one girl comes over to me and goes, you're working for us, aren't you? I said, yeah. She goes, yeah, go. I'm like, I told Guy, I said, how did I get it on the ship? And then last night I met the captain and I told him who I was and everything, and he really appreciated that. So the drone thing has taken me in various places, and having the license is very good to have because after you take the test, and mind you, getting back to the test, the test is $175. If you fail, you have to pay again and do the test all over.
Right.
So was one of my main keys why I wanted to study the whole time. And then when it expires in 2 years, because it's a 2-year thing, you take a free FAA course and you take a test and you pass. Once you pass, you don't have to pay for it. It's free. You get recertified for 2 more years.
Yeah, research.
So so that's cool. And then once you have your license, there's other stuff I could do. I could do real estate. I could do parties. I could do everything. And that's why I kind of want to get into the FPV thing, because I had a realtor come to me and be like, oh, I know you do aerials. Do you do inside? I'm like, I don't, and that was enough. I'm like, okay. So I got the Neo for that reason, to start flying inside with the goggles. I'm going to fly into my house. So if I break something, it's my own stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
And then
break your own stuff before you break somebody else's.
And then I got my daughter now. She's like, Daddy, is that my drone? I'm like, no. I'm like, it's not your drone. Since it's a selfie drone, you could hit the button and take off. So she likes that it could take off from her hand. It follows her around, and then she could catch it and be in her hand.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, but that's another reason why I'm getting into it, just to give different perspective. And if everybody's been noticing, the algorithms have been terrible lately. Between Instagram,
Yeah.
between YouTube, TikTok came back. I've noticed people not get as many views since it's been back. So it's like kind of throwing other stuff out. And that's why like I haven't been posting a lot. Just to give it that distance, because when the cruise boom was going on, everybody droning and Icon of the Seas, that I was hitting it, I was getting good views, and then it all died down. It just died down after that. And then like my friends, like Sergio, who's a cruise spotter, at Matt, Dalton, Adam had an Icon. If you ever go to his page, now he has 300,000 followers because of the Icon reel. I don't know how many millions of views it has and how many likes it has. He did one good on that. Everything else has been terrible. And same thing with my friends who have 120,000 followers. I don't know what's going on. So that's been another reason why I've been kind of pulling back a little bit. And also, it's bad for me up here because in the winter, the ships don't come in as often as they do anymore. Like down in Miami, there's 10 ships leaving at a time. Up here, up here, Odyssey leaves for 10 days. The Meraviglia leaves for 7 days. The Breakaway or somebody else will leave for 12 days. Why? Because they're not staying up here doing a week back and forth to 5 days. And then they'll switch up. Like Symphony left. She's down in Miami. Odyssey's only going to be here for a little while. Then she's going to leave. And that's the thing. Like it's all been. And then what also hurt me was the drone ban. That hurt me more than anything. And it was all bull on top of it. But that hurt me more because I couldn't fly. I didn't want to take the risk of flying in New York Harbor or flying at Bayonne and somebody going to me, oh, why do you have a drone? What are you doing? You like, I have a couple people that I follow, New Jersey Drone and Drone Guys. They've had people, and this is what they do for work. This is their livelihood. They had people come up to them and be like, why are you flying a drone? You know it's illegal. Oh, you're trying to, and have the cop, and they've had the cops called on them when this whole So I said, you know what? I'm staying out of it. So I've just been like recycling old footage and just going in like that. But yeah, that's how it's been. It's an up and down thing when you have the drone license because people look at you different. Some people think it's cool. Some people don't like it. Some people think you're spying. It's a really weird, how can I say, hobby to be into sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so before we move on to the next question, though, we had a lot of people that have popped in. So let's.
I'm sorry for rambling. I apologize.
Yeah, no, that's all good, man. It's all
that's what you get paid to do here tonight.
That's right. So we got Alice Lugo Studios, who has.
Hi, Alice.
And then let's see here. We already had Najuma, whatever. Flex You Boat. Who else? Oh yeah, we had Mike from Cruise Nuts that has come in as well. And look at this. Someone say drone. He has 6.
That's a lot.
Dang, I only have 1. Oh, and
then
we have
for a while.
We have Rob from Cruising on the High Seas.
Hey, Rob.
And Travel.
And Travel.
That's right. So welcome in. Let's see here. Yeah, and I saw that too, Rob. Oh my goodness. We were talking to Desi because Desi and Mason are involved with airlines and stuff like that, and they think it was just strong winds. I guess there was rumors it could have also been flap problems, but that Delta airline ended up going upside down.
That was crazy.
After landing, so that was some crazy stuff. Let's see here. We also had Cruise Bolero make it in. Welcome in, CB. Thanks for coming in. Let's see here. We also have a new recent addition here, our Aussie animal family. We've got some great videos too of animals and things and all that from Australia. So yeah, definitely
Their logo.
So let's see here. I saw someone else sneak in here. Yep, I saw Ross from OCV. Sup, Peaches? And yeah, I am so sorry about your channel as well, man. I hope you can.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's
recovered.
That really stinks.
Just terrible. I don't know if you knew about it, but someone hacked into his YouTube channel and deleted all the content, like everything gone white.
Wow, that sucks.
So that's some crazy stuff. Let's see here. And then we've got Sail Stillwater. Thanks for coming in.
Hey.
Oh.
And I thought I saw Lucy Warren. Yep, there we go. We got Lucy Warren's World has come in.
Lucy.
So, hey, Lucy girl, hope everything's going well for you. And let's see
We
here.
got lots of good people.
Yeah, we got KK's travel and education vlogs that have come in. You've been slacking on your.
I'm sorry.
Hello there.
Yeah, what's up, button pusher?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
And we got My Sunny Side Life or My Sunny Side Up.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
So thank you for coming in. And then we've got a lot of people saying hi to one another. Let's see here. Sales. So I'm getting caught up, I promise. Oh, yeah, we got one here. Too scared to get a drone. I don't feel like I'm going to crash it. You know what? I'm still kind of like that myself. When I first got it, I was going to do a lot of drone work, but I haven't flown it too much. And it's like every time I try to get started again, I'm like nervous. Okay, am I going to send this out? Is it going to come back? And
But you got insurance on it, so.
well, yeah, I guess technically there is still not as good of insurance as I had when I first got it.
You should practice in the forest.
I need to. But the problem down here in Florida too, and the reason why I don't fly it as much, is we have so many small executive airports.
Yeah.
I heard that. I heard about that.
Community airports, even
Yeah,
smaller.
like behind us, there is an airport
Yeah.
right behind us.
Yeah. Like on the
Yeah.
other side of the pond in our backyard
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a windsock on top of somebody's hangar that's
Yeah.
really their garage hangar. And so I couldn't put one up here at my house because I'm literally sitting on the border.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
They're all-
one problem. And then, of course, with all of the state parks, like everything, even I thought that the old bridge that we were talking about earlier, Antonio,
Right.
got run into, and they've made it into 2 fishing piers. I was like, man, seeing your stuff, I was like, holy crap, I could get the Sunshine Skyway. Let me just go down to
that'd
that
be great
bridge
stuff.
and send it up. No, they turned it into a state/county park and no drones allowed.
Since
Like
when?
everywhere.
Wow, now. Yeah.
Really?
You know what
Yeah.
you have to do? Is you have
We
to go
were
to
down there
DeSoto.
actually.
You got to go to
A couple of
DeSoto.
weeks ago, we were down there.
Yeah, and get on the kayak with the drone and kayak out so you're not in the state park border. And then you're launching in open water. I'm sure a hand launch in a kayak over open water is exactly what you want to try for your first endeavor.
Yeah, that's absolutely what I want to try.
An open channel there.
Yeah. But we got OCV. So Ross says he's got the Altel Evo 2 8K.
Yeah. Nice, very nice drone, by the way. That's a very nice drone.
So somebody who is starting out the drone, what do you recommend them to get for a first drone?
Other than a
Yes.
license.
Other than license, the drones that are 249 grams or less, like the minis, they have like a mini 4K now, the Neo, which I just got. My advice is start small. Start small because the bigger you get, the more problems and more accuracy you're gonna have because you're gonna fly the mini through something small, and then when you go fly the Mavic through it, it's a completely different animal. And my thing is get like a Mini 4 Pro, or or even I hate to even say it like this, but get like a Home Depot drone. Honest, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
Get like a Home Depot drone. It's like $30 just to get the feel for it, and then when you move up, because if you go on TikTok shop, it's ridiculous. They have all these new drones that are state of the art. They're not state of the art. They're basically Home Depot drones. But start cheap. Start small, and literally do what I did. I literally sat in my backyard on my stairs, and I have a gazebo. I literally flew it in and out, up and down, up, and then went a little further. And my advice is do not fly it when there's a bunch of people around. Go in the middle of nowhere and fly, because if that drone hits that person, even though you don't have a license, that is still an assault with a weapon. I said, it's pieces. So I tell people, like I said, start small, be smart. YouTube is your best friend. Google whatever drone you have, because it's going to come up in the search bar, and you could just watch any video on it. And that's exactly what I did when I bought the Mini 2, and I had it, and it same thing with the Classic. It was the same thing when my wife bought me the Mavic 3 Classic. It was, this is how you fly it. These are the features of it and everything like that. and just learn about it. Same thing with the, all of them. You learn. And like I said, you could do the license without paying for it. Go right ahead. If you're there are some people that absorb information quicker than most people without, being in a classroom or everything like that, which is totally fine. But I tell everybody, do it the smart way, because there are idiots out there that will just say, hey, I got a drone. I'm going to go peep in that girl's window. Or I'm going to go, hey, there's an accident. Let me go fly it over the accident. You don't do that. Yeah. And it makes me look bad. It makes the people who have the licenses bad. Like, I'll give you a prime example. There was a guy I was at Bayonne. I was at Cape Liberty. And he goes, hey, what kind of drone? I said, I got the Mavic 3 Classic. He goes, oh, yeah, I got arrested last week. I'm like, for what? He goes, oh, yeah, I flew over MetLife Stadium while there was a soccer game going on.
Oh, my God.
He goes, even though I was like 3 miles away from the stadium, the cops still found me. I'm like, when they had the face palm, like I wanted to do that right in front of him.
Right.
He goes, I'm not allowed to fly my drone within blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm trying to like keep my calm about it. And I'm like, you're the reason why I somehow get in trouble, But like I said, if you start back to the question, you start small. YouTube's your friend. Go in an open space. Go in your backyard. Even if it's even this big, the drone, fly it in your house, because if you break something, it's your stuff. It's not somebody else's. So that's what I tell people. Just start small, move your way up. And because if you do it and you don't like it and it's not for you, you're not spending thousands of dollars on a drone. Because I've seen people buy, I'm going to get into drones. I'm going to go buy a Mavic 3. And a week later, there it is on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. They're selling it because they didn't want to do it, and because they have to find out you got to get a license. You can't fly here, and stuff like that. And be educated. Talk to people around the community about it. That's how I did, just by browsing. Like if I see a cool drone video and it's in New Jersey or whatever, I'll reach out to, hey man, where are you? What and you learn from all that. So that's another reason why I tell people, start small, get educated, because if you don't get educated, you do stupid things, there are consequences. There are very, very big consequences.
Yeah, and I know I haven't gotten my license yet, but before I even bought it, I spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos, reading the manuals on where you could fly, where you couldn't fly. So even though I don't have a license to do all the cool stuff, I usually just go into areas that there, like you said, no people. And it's definitely, I had like 4 or 5 different drone apps that overlaid no-fly zones and things like that. Which is perfect.
That's the best things to have. Best things to have.
Yeah. So, and the thing with me, I've got to get more used to, I guess, the distance is what I have a problem with. Like, how far am I from something? Looking at my camera, and I feel like I'm right up against it, or I'm way far away, but I am right up against it, and so. Trying to get that depth perception of it. And I know we were doing it at Christine's parents' vacation home up in Georgia. We're flying down the trails through the woods in the backyard.
Yeah, and private 44 acres, just no one to worry about.
Yeah.
So I was flying around because they had passed to get to the deer blinds and all of that stuff, and got used to it. But there's one little twig and you're a little too close, and boom, hits the propeller and it went down.
Yep. Or you could have a fill inside the motherboard, which I have with one of my drones. Luckily, it happened in my backyard. I was bringing it back into my backyard, and it was supposed to avoid the tree, and it didn't avoid the tree and hit the tree and went straight down. Well, it didn't do any damage, but then when I sent it to DJI, they said that the motherboard was fried, and it was a $36 fix. Meanwhile, the labor was $75. Makes no sense.
We all know that problem in life.
But like I said, it's the distance for me is you got to be also familiar where you're flying. Like I'm always flying in Bayonne. Like I know if I stand at the if you guys ever been to Cape Liberty or whatever, they pull in backwards.
It's been a while, but we've been there.
They pull in backwards, so the hull of the ship is the bow of the ship is in the front. If you send the drone up, I could go high and above it, but if I go underneath like the top of the ship and go around, I lose signal immediately. Like I've learned that. And the thing is, like, there's one video, I'll get into it in a minute, but you have to put it at a certain height to come back, a certain time to come back. And I've learned my lesson. Learned my lesson so much that there's a video of the Prima that I have not released because I got so damn close to it because I lost signal on the drone that luckily I had the Mavic and it avoided me. Whoever was standing on the top deck of the Prima saw my drone come right over them.
Oh wow!
That was another. I'm standing on Cape Liberty, standing out to the harbor. I don't know what happened. I just lost signal, and I'm, excuse my French, I'm shitting bricks because I don't know where the drone is.
Yeah.
Comes back. Luckily, I look at the video. You see the drone go straight towards the Prima. You see the shadow of the drone on the Norwegian Prima sign. And luckily, it has sensors all over the place on it. It goes up and over the go-kart track and keeps on going. Never do that again. I'll never do that again. But yeah, you got to learn distance, and then like I said, you got to get the right drone because if that was any other drone, it was going straight into the cruise ship, and then you're in trouble. So
I would say I've got the Mavic Pro Platinum, so it's got the front sensors, but I don't have any of the back ones.
Back to the bottom. I got you.
But I know what you mean when you lose signal. That's happened once or twice to me where I was like, how far can I go? And it's just straight out in front of me. So I could still see it, but then it would go dead on that. And so you're just like, don't worry, I still got it. All right, turn around, come back. Try to get it back to me.
Yeah, whenever Ryan flies, I try to be act as a spotter for him. I never let
got you. Which is the right thing to do. If you lose, like with me, I send it out a mile or two. It's whatever, but you get to learn your areas. Like I said, if I'm in an area that I never flown before, like when I was in Baltimore and I flew around the bridge, that was probably one of the nervous I've ever been because I didn't know perception. I knew what was going on, had to do certain things because I was the only drone allowed up in the air at the time, and you get to learn. But like the first time I flew in Nassau, when I went down to the Bahamas, and I went to I didn't know where to fly from. So my friend Matt, Cruise Life Matt, he was down there with me. He was on the Freedom. I was on Getaway. We went to Senor Frogs, and we went to the pier that's right there.
All the way to the end.
And I had my Air 2S. And I did pretty good, but the thing was I was so nervous that I only did like a couple videos and came back. And that was one of my – and then I flew in Nassau again. And then but like I said, you fly in the most familiar spots. And then another thing too is I've taken my drone to like family outings and like I've seen it like in front of me and I just have fun with it. That's a different thing. Like if you hit a kid and it's your family, it's like, all right, shake it off. Keep going. You know what it is.
Rub some dirt in it. And
whatever. It can hurt you. Jump back in the pool. It'll help you out. But
like CJ and I, hey, CJ, watch. This thing will have avoidance. It'll stop. And I'm just putting it towards us. I'm like, wait, it's not stopping. But then it did. It just stopped a lot closer than we expected.
It was really closer than expected.
So, but I just tell people be smart, be educated. That's more than anything. So, whatever other questions you got, shoot them my way.
So
let's go back to the chat before we ask more questions. We've got some.
Let's
some
catch
things
up
in the chat here.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, Ross said he's got a big announcement for the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise that's happening later this year. They've got a band booked, Foreign Journey, New York.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
So they actually have a band playing on there. And then we have Aussie Family, one of the kids next door. They got a drone for Christmas, crashed it on the rooftop.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Let's see here. They couldn't figure out what the strange sound was, which we all know now what the sounds of drones sound like. Yeah, and Cruise Nuts got a very good. Yeah, the wind, that is absolutely the killer. And one of my apps does do wind speeds as well, so I can track that before I send it out. So
that'll drain the battery quick though, fighting the wind. We noticed that.
Yep. And we've got CNX Travel has snuck in as well, so welcome in.
Hi.
Oh, and M's in.
And then M's in.
Hey.
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 All right, let's see. Do we have any more? There we go. Looking, I thought I saw a couple of questions, but maybe that was just his is part-time gig, so he shoots some drone footage for. Nice, very nice. All right. Just
What's one of your most favorite video captures that you've done?
I have two out of it. One was when the Prima debuted. It came to New York, and it was the first time. It was going straight to Galveston. It was me, Cruise Life Matt and Dalton from NICEAD. We were standing on the other side of the Verrazano outbound. It was just, we waited all day for it, like, because it left late, and it came out from underneath the bridge and it just sparkled. Like, if I had to use my portfolio, that would be one of the videos I would put, because it was just stunning. My other one actually happened in November when I went to Ocean Cay. I've never filmed more of a beautiful island than I did at Ocean Cay. I did every angle, the ship. It just sparkled. Like, it's just a dream, like a photographer's dream. Even if you don't have a drone, just a photographer's dream. The water was perfect. There was not a cloud in the sky. It was gorgeous. I then, for like a runner-up, when the new MSC Seascape debuted, it actually came to New York first. And the funny part about it was Adam was actually up here, and he went on, and then we actually sitting in a pizzeria in Bay Ridge, and he's like, all right, we'll get it when it leaves. It actually left early. We ran to the other side of the Verrazano. That's when I first got my Mavic. And I sent my Mavic so far out that I was worried about it coming back. It had 20% battery life that actually flew towards the shore. And I'm walking down the path by the Bell Parkway. But yeah.
Wow.
Oh, but if you do, don't stop at that crappy gas station on the belt. You'll never get back.
Yeah,
I know that. Those are probably my two favorite. But like I said, Ocean Cay and the Primo were my two favorite.
Nice. We're looking forward to that one.
Yep. And I know, Christine, you were about to ask a question as well.
Yeah, go ahead, Christine. I'm asked the last thing.
I wanted to know, with your license and it renewing every 2 years, do you have continuing education classes in between time?
No, you do not. But when they do have, I am part of the FAA website and the Airmans. It's called Airmans, like it's a site that regular pilots go through. I do get updates all the time, and I actually follow, if you guys want to go follow, Pilot Institute on YouTube. They put like a weekly, just a news thing out about new drones, updates and rules and everything like that. And when there was like a new certification or a new rule that's going to be put into effect, I do pay attention to it. Most people don't, but I do, because it affects me freelancing for cruising, and it also affects me on my job, because I have to tell my company, I can't go there, or I need a certain license. So I do keep up to date with everything. And also, when they update the mats, like I was telling Ryan about DJI getting rid of the whole geofencing thing, which is huge. But at the same time, it's scary, because people like me know where to fly, other people don't. Right. So there is no in-between educational courses, but I do keep up to date with everything. I have to. We're flying especially now with everything going on, I have to. So I educate myself every week on new things, new places to fly and everything. So it definitely helps to just be in touch with everything going on, and online and everything like that.
So why did they get rid of the geofencing then? Because I saw the geofencing functions in Ryan's app, the few times that I took control and then gave it back very quickly, because I can't afford to replace his drone. But
well, you have to now update. It's not in the firmware update; it's in the Fly Safe update. So once you do the Fly Safe update, the geofencing goes bye-bye. So what I think it was is, and I had this problem when my wife got when she ordered the DJI Neo. DJI is with China, and you know what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So DJI, about a year ago, because they also were going to ban DJI drones because of.
I remember hearing about that. Their origins.
So DJI stopped the cloud backup. They stopped, so all your stuff used to be able to go to their cloud. So if anything happened with your drone, they had it. That's no more, which is terrible in a way, because if you try to explain them what happened, they would have it, but now that's gone. The geofencing is also, I think, has to do with them knowing where everything is.
Too much.
The tracking. Yeah.
Tracking. Parks. Okay. That's another reason why I think it also went bye-bye. Another thing, too, is my wife bought me the DJI Neo for Christmas. I didn't get it till 2 weeks ago. Why? Because I had to cancel my order on DJI and order it somewhere else, because they're going to stop shipping drones to the East Coast soon and having delays with customs and everything because of that reason.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So your warranties, like if you have a warranty and you crash your drone, you better be waiting a long time to get another one. You better off going to buy another drone, a new one, sending your other drone out, and then returning the other one, because you're not going to get it back. because of DJI. And there's in Florida, I think DeSantis wants to ban them. I think that's one, and they want to ban them in certain areas, certain states, Jersey too, Connecticut, because it's Chinese. They don't realize that DJI has the best drones. They're the best for life-saving, first responders, for the American drones. I don't know what, one of the tugboat guys bought one, but they're not up to par. They're not very good. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love an American drone that had DJI capability. That would be fantastic. Problem is, it doesn't have that.
Just not there.
And that's why, like, the whole DJI thing, I really, really hope that when the Mavic 4 comes out and they go, hey, you know what? DJI is banned in the United States. You know how much of an issue that's going to be? And now they put on their website that they have to charge more because, Trump put the tariffs in.
Right.
So the Mavic will be, what, $2,200 regular as a drone? Now it's going to be $2,500 because of that. Right. And on top of it, you're not going to be able to get it. You're going to have to send it out. If the East Coast thing, you're going to have to send it to, like, Texas to have it shipped back to New York. Wow. Like, when I got the Neo, somebody in New Jersey had them in stock. So I was like, do you guys have it in stock? They go, yes. I said, all right, let me buy it. But it's a whole different thing. And that's why I think the geofencing went bye-bye, because of the whole China thing and because of the tracking.
Yeah, that wasn't to get political. Purely just for the record. That was pure curiosity of mine, on it.
Right.
But,
All right, you ask a question.
Yeah. As the only other guy in this chat who actually owns one, what would you like to know?
I think it's just so cool that you're doing this.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I know. I'm trying to get better, so I guess mine would be more on the technical aspects. As far as, do you have like certain settings, or like how do you frame your idea of what you want to shoot, how you want to shoot it to get those really smooth, transitions that I see on your videos?
So the DJI drone, everybody knows, is a fail-safe drone for anybody who's a new drone owner. You have quick shots. It comes back to you when it loses signal. The first thing I do, more than anything, because I'm such, like, just my surroundings, I'll fly around first just to see what's around me. Like when I go to Cape Liberty, there's a shipyard behind the cruise terminal. I make sure none of their cranes are up. Like I fly around first to make sure. The other thing is, quick shots are your best friend. You have the pull away, you have the circle, you have all that. Also, practice basically just before you even fly the drone, they have like tutorials on how to thumbs up, down, up. And by you learning all that, that gets you, another thing too is, I mean, I don't know if you're a gamer, but like playing PlayStation.
Not as much as you should.
I've got a video edit for the channel.
Right. But like I play PlayStation. Another thing too.
So you're talking about muscle memory then.
Right.
What you're talking about developing.
And then these two fingers, because you have the top and bottom trigger. Now, I used to play paintball. I used to play speedball. So I used to be able to switch back. So between this and this, also playing PlayStation, it helped. But it shows like you'll see on Instagram 5 drone moves that you could do. And I tell people, they go, oh, well, I'm like, as much as you think you know what you're doing, just do it. And like you could just sit there with a controller and just do it and learn, and you get smooth. Like I said, muscle memory. It gets your thumbs going. It gets everything going. And I do it the first time, and I'll constantly do it. I will do, if I'm going around the ship, 95% I don't use the circle thing. I'll do it myself because I want to make sure that I'm better. Because another thing too is if you're dealing with high winds, some of those quick shots shut off. You can't even do it, and because the quick shot will stop. Like if you're doing a circle, and I've had it happen to me while I'm working, it'll start going around, and then once the wind hits it, it stops it. And then you're like, all right, now I got to do it myself, and you learn, and you go up, down, everything like that. And like I said, know your drone, know how much you could push it, because I had the work Mavic 3 the other day, and I was pushing it in the harbor, and the scary thing came up. It was like motor overload, please, like whatever back. I'm like, okay, I'll pull it back, whatever, because I was just chasing the tug. And I was just pushing, but the wind was blowing. I was hitting a headwind. And it was pushing at it. Also, what I would tell you is like I said, your perception. But more than anything, see how close you could get? It doesn't hurt the zoom. It doesn't hurt the zoom because you could always edit it. You could always make the picture better. You could always put a filter on it. What I do is a lot of people, my shots are different from many other shots. Like you look at Nice Ave shots. He does a lot of coloring and a lot of quickness and everything like that. You look at Crew Spotter. He does cinematic. He has a cinematic Mavic 3 Pro, which it's a very expensive drone, but that drone shoots in cinematic. I just do the basic because I know the same shot someone else is going to have. I don't like to be like everybody else. I like, hey, it's a raw shot. I'm going to make it a raw shot. Will I play with it a little bit? Sure. But I'm not going to make it fake. You know, I'm not going to play around with it because it just makes the quality go down. Like I use CapCut for all my videos most of the time. I don't, other than that, I don't have like people go, oh, why don't you get DaVinci Pro? First of all, it's very expensive. I don't have the money for that. And I'd rather just do it. Hey, this is the ship. This is the color of the ship. This is the ocean. Yes, New York water is green as hell. I'm not going to make it blue.
Right.
You know, whatever it is, but that's what I do. And like I said, just do your thing. Just learn your drone, learn your camera, your settings. You could play with all of them. Another YouTuber that I do follow that he's fantastic. He's over in England. He's called DM Productions. He does all the drones. He gets the drones before they get released. He has filters. He has everything, and he's one. And he tells you the settings to perfectly put on. Now, mind you, another thing too is you could have the perfect settings, and then it could be sunny out one day. It could be the sun could be blaring, and just you got to get a filter for your drone. Like you got to know. Like 80% of the time, I do not use filters because I'm either shooting them coming in the morning, or New York. You guys know it's not very nice up here in the winter. It's not in Miami. Mm-hmm. It's very cloudy, so there's no need for me to put a filter on. The one filter I do have is an LPR filter that I put on when I'm shooting at night, when I'm shooting that early morning sunrise, because it takes out all those little light beams and everything like that. Yeah. So that's one filter I use. But other than that, like I said, you just learn how to fly it, and then just do the quick moves, you know. And like I said, quick shots could be your best friend as well. That's another thing too. You could just learn because you'll get better and better as the time goes on. I know you guys got a ton of airports over there, so it's hard. But when you do have the time, even if you do it in your house or do it in your back or do it in the RV, you could take off in the RV. They're not going to come knocking on you. Hey, you're flying a drone in your RV. Hey, it's my RV. What am I doing? Just learn it. That's all I can say. Learn it. And like I said, YouTube's your best friend. You could Google 5 best YouTube moves, and they'll literally show you the sticks and how to do it. So
very cool.
Yeah, I definitely have to try to build in some more time to do that. But I can not guarantee, but I can confirm the whole filter thing and the settings, because the first time I flew it at a beach and over the ocean, I didn't have the filters on it. Everything else I'd been flying over land, but we were on Princess K before they banned drones on Princess K.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yep, and it was so bright and so overexposed because of the sun reflecting off the water and the sand that the footage was unusable.
We had that same problem in Costa Maya when we were
yes, we did.
Private beach resort.
So, but yeah, I definitely have filters that can help offset the sun, and then I learned a little bit more about adjusting the exposure within the DJI app before I sent it out. So,
right. That's what I did. That's what I did with the Mini 3 Pro when I was shooting my daughter in the park, and it was just so bright, and I was like, "Why is it?" And I had to play with the exposure. So
yeah. I know we're a little bit behind on the chat, but thank you for watching, Aussie. Hopefully you enjoy your lunch there.
Wow.
They having a Vegemite sandwich?
Anthony on the moves.
Welcome in, Anthony. Thanks for stopping by. So a couple more. What else we have there? Oh, Foodies is here as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh hey, Vicky.
Yeah, hey Vicky, how's it going? And Duffam Adventures is in as well. Thanks for coming in there. No, that's hilarious, Mike. To chase his cats around the house.
That might be the only reason I ever buy one. Like, I put a Home Depot one. the smaller one, so I can terrorize cats.
Night, Will. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, I'm caught up.
All right. So I guess before we close things out for the night, Mel and I will take this opportunity to run our own ad because we were talking a little bit earlier about MSC Cruises and how you really enjoyed MSC Cruises and the private island. So if anybody wants to get down on that and has time this Thanksgiving, take a look at this and we'll be right back.
Attention all adventurers and travel lovers. Are you ready to embark on the ultimate getaway? Join PK Adventure Travels for an unforgettable group cruise aboard the brand new MSC World America, a ship that redefines luxury and adventure on the high seas. This is a 7-night Caribbean cruise departing from vibrant Miami, Florida on November 22nd, 2025. Imagine spending Thanksgiving week surrounded by turquoise waters, warm sunshine, and breathtaking destinations. Here's what's in store. Explore the tropical paradise of Roatan, Honduras. Discover the stunning beauty of Costa Maya, Mexico. Dive into the vibrant culture and crystal clear waters of Cozumel, Mexico. And enjoy pure relaxation on MSC's private island, Ocean Cay, where white sand beaches and exclusive experiences await. You don't want to miss this opportunity to cruise, connect, and create memories with like-minded travelers. Whether you're looking for adventure, relaxation, or both, this cruise has it all. Spaces are limited, and this is your chance to sail with PK Adventure Travels and experience the Caribbean like never before. Call now or visit us online to reserve your spot. The countdown to your dream vacation starts now.
That's right. It starts now.
Now.
Right now.
And you look, and it was meant to be because remember what I told you? That's the week I went away last year. So,
right.
That's
I
very,
have a birthday present coming on for a certain daughter this year.
don't tell her that because I have it in her mind already. But I will, like, honestly, if you could email me that stuff, like, that's kind of tempting, honestly, because I'm kind of missing out on the World America stuff because all my friends, everybody who I know is going to be on the media cruise on April 9th. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get down to Miami to film it, but it's like seriously FOMO, like just missing out on it. But I kind of want to get on it since I've been working for them. But like, please send me that. I will send you my email. And that's so tempting. So tempting.
Yeah, definitely let us know because I know Mel and I lucked out because we locked in the current rates we have right before the price hike.
Okay.
So we're running $300 to $400 cheaper per person on the going rates right now.
Yeah.
So
that's very, very tempting. All right.
I'll send it all to you. Yeah, and let us know if anybody wants to get down on it. Let us know. All right. So before we move on to our final wrap-up question for you, Antonio, for everybody else out there who either has a drone or maybe looking at getting a drone, and you want to take it on a cruise with you, I did a little research, and it's easier to tell you what ships allow it than what ships don't allow it. Everybody nowadays don't even let you bring it on the ship.
No.
So Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, they both do let you bring it on the ship and keep it in your stateroom.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't fly it on the ship, of course, or in the port. You've got to be outside the port. And then on top of that, you got to double check the country you're going to see if there are any laws and regulations for that.
Mm-hmm.
Will be shot down by the fully armed people outside the port gate.
Yes.
Well, the funny part about it, there is one country that allows you to do it and you got to pay for it.
Really?
But they give you a hard time. But I'll get into it after. But go ahead.
Cool.
The next one is Carnival. So Carnival, again, allows you to bring them on board. However, you now have to put it in drone jail, and you have to check it in and out of security. So when you get on the ship, security's going to take it. When you're at a port that you're allowed to actually fly and have all of your right paperwork that says you're allowed to fly it there, and then you can check it out, and then you got to check it back in.
Right.
And the weird thing about Margaritaville is they specifically say no drones are allowed to be used on board, but there's no mention anywhere on their site on if it's banned from even bringing it onto the ship to use in port. So that's kind of a big question mark right now. They only talk specifically about you can't use it on board. So but pretty much everyone else, Norwegian, MSC, Princess, Virgin, All America, Disney, all of them are like, don't even bother bringing them on board.
Right. And Norwegian was a fun time when I went in August because I went with Dalton from Nice Apps, and he knows the social media people, so we were able to get the drones on. But like we flew, we both took them off once. I flew in Horseshoe Bay, which is another gorgeous place to shoot. He flew, we got them back on. Then we both walked off at the same time with them at night to do a sunset. Then we both walked back on at separate entrances, and we both got them taken away from us. and they're like, oh, you know, which is the long story short, we got them back when we got back to New York. Right. And he's like, but we're working for Norwegian. Like, we knew like what we were doing, and they still took it. Was just that was another thing. And then MSC, I'm good with their media team, so like I was able to bring the drone on. But Royal was simple. When I went on Freedom, I brought that right on. Like when I go on Liberty, I'm sure it's going to be all right too. And then another country to let you know that does that has rules, but just tells you Bermuda, you could bring the drone, no paperwork, no nothing. You just got to print out their thing, and you can fly wherever you want on the island as long as it's past, as long as it's from the airport, like away from the airport, you can fly.
Right.
So
nice.
Yeah, I'd have to look. I remember there was one or two places that I went when I first got the drone and brought it with Carnival, that all I had to do was submit the registration to the country FAA equivalent there, and give them my drone information because I still do have it registered as well. So I had to give them the grams at that time. Mine was fine, but of course they took away 500 grams off of what mine was because it was mine was 749 and it used to be 750. And so now it's been dropped to 250. So now mine technically, for most flying in most countries, now has to be registered, or I have to be a resident in some cases.
There's a lot more new rules now.
A lot of that stuff now.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I guess then to wrap things up, I know you talked about you were taking a step back on your main channel, trying to judge the algorithm and figure out some new things. So other than the mini that or the Neo or Nano,
Neo, yeah,
the Neo that you're looking at, what are kind of, if you would like to share, some of your future ideas for new drone work on your channel?
It would be, well, obviously you can't fly through the ship. That would be my absolute dream, to fly up and down the ship.
That would be crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's not stepping away from cruising. It's just getting like, go to an island, fly through the palm trees, fly on the beach, fly up and down the water, do stuff like that. Give a better, because the cruising drone, like the whole topic and like the hashtags and the whole, like, how can I say, the whole just the whole part of it, like it's oversaturated right now because everybody has a drone. When we first started, like Cruise Spotter was he was the first one to do it. Then it was other people to do it, and then everybody was doing well. I was doing well a couple of years ago. I went from 2,000 to 6,000 followers within 2 months. I was like, I'm cooking, let's do it. Then I don't know what changed, but then when you came into 2023, things just started dropping off. And then what happened was this person popped up with a drone. This person popped up with a drone. Oh, you're a travel agent? I'm going to buy you a drone. I'm going to show the people the beaches, which is perfectly fine. Right. It just got very, very oversaturated. Like, and then like now, like the whole FPV thing, there's kind of a different aspect of it, and there's a different like reach for it, which I kind of want to get into. Will it work? Maybe, maybe not. Will it stop me from shooting regular cruise ships? Absolutely not. It's just slow right now because it's the winter. Once the spring picks up, and where I work in Newark. Cape Liberty is literally 10 minutes away from me, so I'm always there. Lunchtime, getting the ships leaving, whatever it is. So that'll pick back up. All the new ships coming, Virgin's coming in this year, which I plan on getting. Aqua's going to be here this year. I plan on getting them. A lot of new ships are coming, so I'll be able to get. I kind of want to get to Miami more than anything because if I go down there, I can meet up with so many people. The problem is it's flying and getting there, and like I said, I'm a family guy, so I have kids.
Yeah.
But nothing's going to change. Like when I go on a cruise, the only thing that might change is I've been noticing TikTok, like going live on TikTok's been a lot better with that. So I've been doing that. I've been getting more followers, more reach. Because then when I say, hey, I'm live on TikTok, I got YouTube and Instagram, people head over there. You know, what I think this year is like last year I focused on Instagram so much. The only reason why I had TikTok was because MSC took my Seascape video and they plastered it on TikTok. And they're like, "You have TikTok?" I said, "No." That's why I have so much less on TikTok than I do on Instagram. My YouTube, I've hit a few milestones with some of my videos. Like my Meraviglia video has like 55,000 views. That took off. I posted not even a drone video. I think it was a month ago of the Symphony of the Seas. It was in port. And my job, I get to ride on all the little fast boats. So I was passing by it, and I did a video, and it has almost 9,000 views. Like it makes no sense of what it is. And people could post a video of I'm drinking a margarita on the beach. It gets 10,000 views, but this drone video gets 1,000 views.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, like I said, my channel isn't going to change. I'm just going to start thinking outside the box because I have to. I absolutely have to because things are changing every day. And like I said, ever since things came back and like we everybody's like with the meta thing, with freedom of speech, things got canceled. Everything changed. So will I ever stop doing it? No. I love being a drone pilot. I love what I do. My job also enhances that. Like if you guys want to go follow my company, it's Don John Marine. I run their Instagram and their YouTube. I have 2,100 followers on the Instagram. The video gets 7,000 views. I have 8,300 followers on Instagram. I'm cruising. My video gets 400 views.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
It just doesn't make sense.
Right.
It makes no sense.
So disproportionate.
It's a hit and miss. Like, listen, maybe tomorrow I post a video, it hits, and I take off, which I would absolutely love to do that. But with getting back to the whole Neo thing, it's not going to change. It's not going to change my content. It's going to give me a different perspective of how I want to shoot. Also, making money. That's another thing too. With having the license, you don't have to worry about it. When you have your license. The FAA requires if you're going to make money, have your license.
Right.
I would love to do the realtor thing. I would love to, like I said, get the different perspective of being on an island. Hey, maybe I go to Ocean K and I'm flying through the pads and getting onto the beach. Maybe that'll hit an algorithm and go. Like it's just a different perspective. And that's how my channel's my channel's not going to change from cruising. It's just I got to start thinking of outside the box. So if you see me post a drone video and then you see me post a video on my phone, it's because I'm in the cruising space. It's not because I love cruising, and it's not going to stop me. As you can see behind me, there's all my stuff from all my islands, the ships I've been on.
Yeah.
It's not going to change. And my family loves it. My daughter loves it. My kids love it. My channel's not going to change. It's just you got to start thinking outside the box because the world is changing. We know that. Everything changes every day.
Exactly.
Yep. And that's really why we actually started going more heavily on our RV stuff now, too. And we've got more videos coming out that we have a balance of the cruising and the RV and land-based stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But, as far as the algorithm goes, when you were mentioning, what got hits and what didn't, I'm thinking back to the bunch of shorts that Mel and I shot on YouTube during the hurricane. And, the video with all of the trees bending and wind raining got maybe 500, 600 views. Yet the video she took of our fat dog walking in, getting rained on after going to the bathroom got 12,000 views.
That's
Where I was going to say, how about the day I went viral on the slot machine that I didn't even really break?
10,000 views for breaking the slot machine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Not a win, or anything. Just breaking it.
And then as you could see, some of the algorithms are between the women, between this, between that, between a kid winning on a video game, a kid playing Fortnite gets 1 million views. Meanwhile, he has maybe 100 followers. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. And it's like guys who like people who make money off of that it's their livelihood and it's hurting them. I mean, most of the people that I know that are cruise tubers have other jobs that they do, but like there's some people on TikTok, you remember when TikTok was going by, that people like, oh, this is my livelihood, this is my job.
Yeah.
I've been reading some people that I followed, like ever since TikTok came back, the views have been mostly down, and I'm sure everybody knows why, but we're not going to get into politics because it's not no point.
Right.
But it's you keep on pushing, and that's what you do. You keep on pushing, you pushing. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Switch it up, post here, post there. Maybe I don't post as much as Instagram, but I post every day on TikTok. See what hits, and that's just make it take the ride and go for the ride. Like I said, I have another job. I don't rely on this. It's fun for me, and I enjoy doing this stuff. Like you guys have, like I think it was Eddie a few months ago, and then Brandon. I rarely show my face. You'll never see my face on any of my videos. And I just like, you know what? Now maybe it's time for me to start putting myself out there, showing who I am, what I am. Because you're just another drone pilot. Hey, I'm a nice guy too. Like I love cruising. I love you guys. Even when I'm in the live every morning on Jeremy and Eddie and them, I'm sitting at my desk at work. That's what I'm doing. And literally, and then when I can make it, I make it. If not, I can't. But I love talking about it because I could. My wife gets tired of it half the time when I'm talking about it. And then my daughter's like, Daddy, when are we going on another cruise? Like it's time to talk to her.
November for Thanksgiving.
It's very tempting, trust me. But
right? But that's how I'm in the chat as well with Eddie and Jeremy, Cheryl, Chet from Sea Lake Journeys, and then CME. As I've got my laptop beside me as I'm doing my corporate job, and so I can still pop in every now and then. And
Me too.
then I'm like, oh wait, I've got to get back to work. I'm playing too much in the chat over here. I actually need to get back to my real job.
Honestly, I've been even starting work early a couple days a week. So by the time they come on,
she can take her first break.
I can take my first little break so I can pay attention.
Oh my!
I get in at 8, so it starts at 9. So like tomorrow morning, like every Mondays are my busy day. Like I got to pull supplies for the boats. Right. Like I'll put it on and get settled. So like I'll put it on. I'll be probably running out of my office back and forth because I'm right on the dock, and I'll just I'll chime in. I mean, I'm not typing a letter every line to get my chats up, but I'm like but I'm chiming in because there's things that you guys talk about that are like, oh shit, that happened. Like you guys like. If I hopped in here, I probably never would have known about the World America cruise. Why? Because not that I'm not just paying attention to it. It's just that I never knew about it because I didn't catch it, So I love talking to other people because, like I said, I talk to Matt and Dalton every day. I talk to them every day. My wife and Dalton's wife and I, they're good friends. And we have, kids and everything. And Matt, he's in Connecticut. So we always talk. We talk about everything, not just cruising, everything. And it's good. And I talk to Cruise Spotter. I talk to Adam every once in a while. And then I talk to you guys. It's nice to get different perspective from everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Besides the drone world, the crew, like I know what's going on. That's the exact thing that I like. I like what's going on around and everything. Like being travel agent. Hey, you guys might help me in the long run. That I never would have, hey, I want to save a couple $1,000s. You guys are saving $400 on just the base price. So that's it all balances out, and I love doing it. And like I love doing chats like this because it helps. It gets me not out of my shell, but just it makes me meet a lot of new people. I'm a people person. My wife, she's like, you could talk, and my daughter's the same way. She talks to everybody, but I'm very personable because the jobs I've had before this, I've had to interact with people, and I'm very personable. So, and I'm Italian. I use my hands, and I'm from Brooklyn, and the whole.
Okay. I know New York always uses your hands.
We're all good. I think we're on the same wavelength because Mel yelled at me because we were at the top of Vernal Falls in Yosemite, and I'm selling insurance to somebody at the top. I forgot how we got on it, but we started talking insurance and umbrella policy, extra liability. She's like, honey, you're on vacation. Stop talking insurance.
I'm no better. I could be on a cruise ship and I'm out there talking to somebody about, oh, that's what you're paying for your merchant services. Take cards. Ouch. When you get back on Monday, here you need to just give me a quick ring. No, nothing. Yeah, it's your.
That's like I wear my work shirts. So I got down. I have the tugboats on my back. They're like, I know who you guys are. Like, you guys were here. Thank you. And you guys are in Newark. And then just strike up a conversation. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm a cruising content creator. Here's my card. Oh, yeah. And yeah. So
here's my koozie with a QR tag. Scan me.
And then you got stickers like that are waterproof.
Nice. I like it.
Nice. Very nice.
But yeah, it's like I said, I appreciate you guys inviting me, and it's pretty cool. I like doing stuff like this.
It's been great.
Yeah.
No, we learned some good things about some drones.
Definitely. All right. So, any final thoughts then before we wrap up this? Anybody?
What's the result of tonight's poll?
Well, I have a final
That's
thought.
a good question. Let me go ahead and close it out.
Come on, Jerry Springer.
I swear,
Jerry Springer is the final thought.
I am not shy and quiet. But as you can see, I have three huge personalities around me, and I've learned to be quiet. But my final thought is when someone doesn't understand what you do for a living, like in the tugboat, I still don't get it. Okay, you work for. It's called the mafia.
You work for the mafia.
You work for the tugboat mafia.
Yeah, it's in Jersey. It's by the harbor. They'll buy
in Jersey.
Everybody up there is involved with the mob.
Originally, I didn't understand what CJ did. He worked for the credit card mafia. So you just tell people that going on. That's my final thought.
Yeah.
I did have a poll up. It was, do you have a drone? So we had 45% said no. We had 36% say yes, and then 18 no, but they do want one. So
it's a pretty even
start small.
There you go. Like I said.
So awesome. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We really, really do appreciate it. And again, thanks Antonio for coming on with us.
You guys are very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
You're welcome back anytime.
I really appreciate it. And definitely we will be talking about World America because I'm interested.
That's right. That's right. Anybody else who's interested, take a look at our Facebook page. We've got the ad up there with some of the prices, or reach out to Mel or I with our email addresses below. So
awesome.
So we'll be good to go. And yeah, if everybody else wants to hang on, we'll go ahead and close it down and we can chat a little bit before we close it out.
We can always host you if you're in the area. We'll chalk your ear off.
Come down to Tampa. Yeah. We'll put you up and host you and the fam for a weekend. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, everyone. We'll catch you later. We are again having our Wednesday nights, our normal PKAT chat on Wednesdays, where we'll be diving. We talked about cruise segments last week, so this week we're going to talk about specific cruise lines and kind of what's right for you, focusing mainly on the contemporary basic lines that are the most popular. But
some of us may be late because we'll be busy working.
We'll be catching stuff.
You gotta catch them all.
You gotta catch them all. And Wednesdays.
What's that Pokemon? I mean, sorry. What did I say that out loud?
It's okay. No shame in this game.
All right, everybody. We'll catch you on Wednesday night. Thanks again.
Laters.
Good night, guys.
Bye.